The results coming from experiments breaking APA standards merit any value? A professor at the College of St. Benedict, St. John's University, orchestrated a study breaking many psychological standards, yet gaining precious new insight into the effects of thinking under stress. College students agreed to take a long multiple choice test on a computer and acknowledged they could only leave the room when they had passed the test with a sufficient score. They would then receive a message that one of their family members was in a traumatic accident, but were retained in the room until they had passed the test. The intent of the experiment was to determine how people acted through this sort of pressure, whether their scores would plummet due to the distraction or their focus would be heightened. We interviewed the lead researcher, Dr. Emily Krulk.
The results of our experiment were just incredibly significant in just finding out how people operate under stressful conditions, and we found out how to do it in ways that they wouldn't have otherwise showed us. And it's just gives us very important insights into human nature. And additionally, the people in the study, this was just a temporary thing. They were not permanently damaged, and they'll be fine afterwards.
Nathan Holthouse, a first-year St. John student, disagrees.
I signed up for this test using the ELAR thing, thinking, yeah, I'll just get my credit done. And so I went to this test, went into this room, started taking this test. I left my phone on, and about halfway through the test, my phone rang. I answered it, because no one else was in the room with me. And I was told that my brother was in a car accident. And immediately I wanted to leave the room, so I got up and tried to leave, but the door was locked. And I was pounding on the door, telling them, let me out, I gotta go to the hospital, this is an emergency, but they wouldn't let me leave. I could hear them on the other side. They said that I had to finish this test before I could go. And after about 10 minutes of that, I decided that I would sit down and try to finish the test. The first half was fine before I knew any of that, but the second half, I couldn't concentrate at all. It was rough.
Dr. Joe Nelson, a research ethics psychologist, concurs.
This whole operation is just completely unethical. It doesn't matter how conclusive the evidence was. If we keep doing this, future psychologists are just going to try to bend the rules even more. Without research ethics, this whole experiment should just be completely invalid.
So we ask those who try to justify, is it worth it? For Nathan Holthouse, definitely not.
All I can think about is my brother getting into a car accident. I think everything's real. I make sure the door's not locked before I go in for a test because I don't think that I'm going to get out. Just, it's different now. I can't concentrate.